Welcome back to Normal Baseball. I'm Alex Normal Dog. That's Lewis. And yesterday, the Athletics had their reverse boycott, and it turned out pretty well. The Subway Series got underway, and it was a really, really good game. And umpires need to start learning what rosin actually is. Let's talk about it. Where do we want to start? I think the biggest thing from last night was the reverse boycott that happened in Oakland. Pretty big story. It's been brewing for months. I remember seeing stuff about it right when the season started, that it was being planned. The Athletics, in case you don't know what it was, Athletics fans were planning on packing out the Collesium to prove that they were not the problem with the team moving to Oakland, and it was simply the problem of the team is not good, and no one wants to watch them. So they did it. And I believe the announced attendance was 27,000. And it was a pretty weird game to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Very weird game.
So, of course, the A's, hottest team in baseball, no ifs, ands, or buts about it, go into this game with the reverse boycott, 27,000 fans, like you just said. No better time for it to happen. A's being the hottest team in baseball, this boycott was planned out basically when the season started. And, of course, the day of the boycott, the day of the reverse boycott, I should say, what happens? The Nevada legislature approves the bill that basically allows the Oakland Athletics to move forward in moving to Las Vegas. So, pretty bad timing, but no better time to be an Oakland Athletics fan and show up to the game and show up to the stadium because it was amazing.
Yeah, it was very, very exciting, very funny to watch. I know there was a lot of funny moments as well. Like, I know in the first batter of the fifth inning, they didn't make a noise.
Yeah, it was pretty weird.
Didn't make a single noise on the first batter of the fifth inning. And then that batter hit like a double down the line, and the crowd erupted into "Sell the Team" chants. It was absolutely crazy. I know that, what was his name? Who started from them yesterday?
Who started?
Yeah, he had a really good outing. Really, really good outing. I apologize. Hold on. I can get it really quick. Oh, Hunter Harris. He couldn't hear what was going on in his pitch comp because of how loud it was. And granted, there were only 27,000 fans. I say that like only, but
Compared
that's still
to
pretty
the
impressive.
Regular attendance of the Collesium this season, having the exact number of fans being 27,759 was amazing.
Yeah.
It genuinely
crazy.
felt like a playoff atmosphere. It felt like how Oakland should be remembered, how I remember Oakland. Just people showing up and rooting for that team no matter what. And sure, things might not be the best for them right now, but I think it's more proof than you could ever ask for that the Oakland Athletics have an issue with the management, and it was never the fans. Because year after year, you sell away these guys who have gone on to become MVP candidates in Marcus Semien, or all-star otherworldly corner infielders like Matt Chapman and Matt Olson, selling away guys after guys, pitching guys, like getting rid of everybody like that when this team could have been something amazing because they wanted to save money. Horrible luck. And I agree with the fans entirely. If John Fisher doesn't have interest in keeping the Oakland Athletics, sell the team. And I think that we've talked about it time and time again. It's just, in my opinion, dare I even say it's pathetic.
It's more than pathetic, of course. A lot of fuck John Fisher fans chants going on yesterday.
A lot of sell the team banners, a lot of just everything pointing to the fact that the Oakland fan base does not want to lose their team.
Looks like they might.
Yeah,
Looks like they might not have a choice. Yeah, I saw there was a picture of a jersey, which I'm looking at right now, that it's a Matt Chapman jersey, but they taped over the numbers and wrote every single player they've traded. So it's Chapman, Olson, Sean Murphy, Marcus Semien, Mark Canha, Chris Bassett, Liam Hendricks, Josh Donaldson, Sonny Gray, Barry Zito, and Jason Giambi.
Yeah, the team would.
They just get rid of all their stars. They love getting rid of stars. They don't like stars.
Not a good look.
It's not a good look at all. But on the other side of things, if we're talking about their actual play on the field, they won last night. They won 2-1.
They did.
They beat the Rays.
Scrappy win too.
They took the series from the Rays, and they've now won 7 games in a row.
Yeah.
They're on a 7-game winning streak.
Hottest team in baseball.
Not only that, but entering the winning streak, the A's had a 194 winning percentage. This is according to a MLB article. Tied, now their 7-game winning streak is tied for the longest by a team to enter with a sub-200 win percentage. The other 2 teams were the 1985 Louisville Colonels and the 1885 Detroit Wolverines. Did I say 1895 the first time?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this hasn't happened in a very long time. Because the A's, we know, have been a very, very bad team. They have the 2nd worst record in baseball now, miraculously. And they were on pace to have the worst season of all time. But now they've won 7 in a row. So it's kind of wild, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Is that not wild?
And to anyone who did not watch the game, you missed out on some great pitching. I mean, the Oakland Athletics held the Tampa Bay Rays, who have been the best team in baseball, to 1 run on 5 hits.
Yeah.
Crazy. And I must say, if you have the time, go back and watch the 9th inning. The 9th inning of that game, Trevor May came in to close it out to get the save. I will admit I think the home plate umpire missed a call that would have ended it a little bit early. But when they get that strike 3, after Randy Arozarena tried to steal second, they gun him out. Shea Langoliers absolutely hosed Randy at second. And then getting that final strikeout, that last out, was amazing. You heard the eruption. Like it almost felt like the entirety of baseball was with the Oakland Athletics to celebrate that victory as if it was the World Series.
Oh, yeah. I think not only A's fans were happy about it. A lot of people were happy about it. I was
nothing against the Rays.
No, nothing against the Rays. But Athletics, I don't know why. Just everyone's kind of rooting for them now that they're winning. Yeah. Because it's just fun to see them winning. And you know, kind of we're backing A's fans in the sense of, hey, now the team's doing good. Maybe they'll start to show up, stay in Oakland, you know, stuff like that. I did find it very funny that they used Shintaro Fujinami as an opener.
He looked good.
In this game. Yeah, I mean, yes, he looked good. Well, 1 inning pitched, so.
Yeah, I know
1 inning pitched, 1 hit.
1 inning pitched was
1 strikeout.
A lot better than I would have expected.
Yeah, it's been better than his other 1 inning pitch performances in the past, so yes. I would agree in that. And then Hunter Harris just dominated this game, like you said, carving up one of the best teams in baseball, the best team in baseball by record right now. Good game.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And shout out to the Oakland Athletics front office staff. After the attendance was announced, they announced that they would be donating all the ticket profits from the game to local charities within Oakland to help provide for their community. Another just really good look.
Well, yeah, here's what I think about that. So
it's their parting gift.
Yeah, the question of did this reverse boycott actually work?
No.
The question of that, I'm still gonna say no. Like, it's great, but not only did they just get approved for a place in Vegas, just approved, but they also are donating all the profits for the tickets to the charity, which is basically them saying, okay, well, we'll give back to the community before we leave.
Yeah.
It just...
really bad.
I mean, it's not a bad look. It's a good look. They're donating to charities, but...
Bad look if you want the team to stay in Oakland.
Bad look in the sense of... I wouldn't say bad luck. I don't think that's the right word for it. I think it's more of just like... It didn't work in the long run. They're not going to see this reverse boycott and be like, oh, wow, 27,000 people came. Maybe we won't move to Vegas. Vegas is still a crazy sports market. I mean, wow. Vegas just won the Stanley Cup last night.
Yeah, did you not see the fans? I mean, they won it on their home ice last night, and no one really celebrated. It was a little pathetic.
I'm not saying a sports market in terms of diehard fans. I'm more of saying sports market in terms of people will be at the games because there are a lot of people in Las Vegas. more people travel to Las Vegas than they travel to Oakland, California.
Yeah.
I think that's most of the thought process of putting teams in Las Vegas. Mm-hmm. The amount of people that go into Las Vegas every year, you're going to get a lot of people at games just because people want stuff to do from the hours of 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. You know what I mean?
It's true. So I understand the market and the want for all of that.
Exactly. And I don't think anything's going to change their mind of wanting to do that. And I don't think John Fisher's going to sell either. You could chant sell the team as much as you want. That doesn't mean he's going to sell the team.
He definitely should think about it with how expensive teams are. Like the Commanders, I believe, in football, just sold for like $6 billion, and they have been a nothing organization. They've time and time again messed up in terms of how they run their organization, and they still got quite the pretty penny. I think Oakland could fetch $1 billion.
But he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to sell.
It blows my mind. You're looking $1 billion or more.
He wants
dead in the face.
But he wants to be
and saying no.
Yeah, but he wants this Vegas move to be his vision, the way he envisions it. I don't think he will consider selling the team until they move to Vegas.
I agree with you, but I wish that he would. I am 110% with the fans of the Oakland Athletics here when I say
I'm with the fans too.
Sell the team and keep him in Oakland.
I'm with the fans too. I am with the fans, but do I think that it's going to do anything? No, I don't think saying anything's going to do anything. Yeah. I'm with the fans in the sense of, don't move to Vegas. You have loyal fans in Oakland who, if you're doing good, will come out. But do I think chanting sell the team and doing this reverse boycott in the long run is going to just make them change their mind? I don't think so.
I think for Oakland fans, it was one last hoorah to appreciate the Oakland Athletics in the way that they deserve to be appreciated. And that being the players who represent Oakland on the front of their jerseys. Not so much the people who sit in that front office or who sit with John Fisher and everybody else to make these type of decisions.
But the whole point was to show that they'll show up if you put good product on the field.
Yeah.
Or the point was to show that they can get attendance. Like, there are loyal A's fans out there. So I don't really... I mean, yes, it might have been for the players too. I don't think that was their goal. I think their main objective was, show the front office that there are loyal fans in Oakland and there's no reason to move if you put a good product on the field.
I agree. It's just a upsetting topic in terms of now, I feel like a big part of baseball has been the Oakland Athletics and teams dreading that journey to go all the way out to Oakland, and then you play the West Coast, all the East Coast teams get that West Coast road trip. The Yankees do it every year. The Mets do it every year. The Phillies do it every year in terms of going on that West Coast road trip. And it's always okay, hey, we're playing 3 out of the 4 California teams. The next 12 games are going to be a dogfight. Next 10 games are going to be a dogfight. And now
Vegas is still West.
Yeah, but it's not like that California that everybody... that's what I always imagine the West Coast road trip to be for any team out east.
I'm not too fussed about that.
It's okay, well, Oakland first, and then L.A., and then L.A. Or Oakland...
Well, now it could be L.A., and Vegas.
I don't like the idea of...
I don't mind Vegas.
I don't like, I'm sorry. I
think it would be fun.
I find it entertaining to imagine what opponents will be doing when this team does move to Vegas. You're going to get the sort of same issue that you see in Miami of teams right after the last game. They don't want to wait till the next morning to leave. They're going to leave that night because they know for a fact that all their guys are going to go out trying to party, going out and trying to have a good time and entertain themselves in one of the biggest party capitals in America.
I think it is the...
So we're going to see what teams decide to do. There will be teams that, after that, if there is a Sunday night baseball game there that ends out a series, there will be teams that jump on that plane at midnight or later, and then there will be teams who say, well, wait till the next morning. And I'm interested to see what teams do what. It'll be fun.
Okay. Well, don't look now, because the A's are on a 7-game win streak.
They are.
And they are now only 23.5 games out of first place.
Oh, it's in reach. It's arm's distance.
20 games out of the wild card.
Oh,
I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, boy.
The only issue is that during this, a lot of the other teams have been playing really well.
Well, of course.
The Angels have continued to play very well. They beat Texas again last night. They beat the Rangers. They're slowly gaining on them. The Astros sit only 3.5 games back at first place. They also won last night. And the Angels sit 4.5 back at first place. So I'm interested to see if maybe we see someone take over in the AL West. Because I don't think I expected the Angels to win this series against the Rangers.
Neither did I. So it'll be... it's interesting because I believe a couple episodes ago we talked about what would happen if Shohei Ohtani did get moved, or what would something like that look. And a big part of that steam and a big part of that idea and that way of thinking was that the Angels would fall out of contention soon, and they just took a series from the Rangers, who have been one of the best teams in baseball.
Yeah.
So let's see where the Angels are going to go, because if it is trending upward, we could even be talking about the Angels having a wild card spot.
Oh, well, of course. I'm leaning into that. They're only one game back of the wild card spot. I think that is very within reach, and I hope they keep it up, honestly.
Yeah.
I really do. I'm trying to think of what else happened last night before we get to our second big topic. Yeah, nothing crazy.
No.
I mean, Carlos Correa hit a walk-off grand slam. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. No, it wasn't.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Carlos Correa did not hit a walk-off. It was a 2-run homer.
Was it a 2-run homer?
I'm like 99.9% sure that it was a 2-run homer.
He's 99.9% sure. That .01 seems pretty big.
Box score.
Hey, I hate to tell you this, but it was a walk-off 2-run homer.
Told you.
Yeah, no, but they did score 4 in the bottom of the ninth. That's my fault.
Yeah.
I apologize.
All of Devin Williams, too.
That's a little concerning for the Brewers.
Yeah, very concerning for the Brewers, who thought, I mean, going into this game,
It's fine. He's been great.
very good.
He's been great this season. You can't let one bad outing just kind of make you say, "Oh, he's bad. He's horrible."
I'm here
Up to that
point,
he hadn't given up an earned run since May 7th. So well over a month.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried about Devin Williams, but Correa did hit a walk-off, and he did the time celebration.
Well, of course.
That's it.
It's coined. It's coined by Carlos Correa.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Which,
So, coming up today, we have a doubleheader with the Braves and Tigers. I'm excited to watch that. Let's talk about the big thing, the biggest series of the week, I'd argue. It's only a 2-game series. It ends today. It is the Subway Series between the Mets and the Yankees. Subway Series. It was a phenomenal first game.
Oh, yeah.
Might I say? I was in the stadium. I was in the ballpark. Very last minute thing, but I was there. And let me tell you, the place was going. The Mets took a early 5-1 lead. Stanton homered in the first inning off Max Scherzer. It was Max Scherzer versus Luis Severino. And Luis Severino was not looking good in those first 3 innings.
No.
Gave up 2 earned, and 1 earned in the first 3 innings, and it was 5-1 Mets. Yeah. So it was looking really bad. It was looking really, really bad for the Yankees. But then Max Scherzer turned into the Max Scherzer that... Prime BP pitcher, Max Scherzer, the one that Mets fans absolutely dread. The one that we've seen a lot in the last couple seasons, and he gave up 5 runs in the 4th inning. The Yankees
outings, not last couple seasons.
He's had very bad outings the last couple seasons.
Yeah,
yes.
But nothing to.
No, I disagree.
Nothing to say that it's a frequent attendance of Max Scherzer.
I'd say it's about half at this point.
Okay.
He's had a lot of bad outings. But anyway, he turned into NL wildcard, Max Scherzer.
There you go.
And gave up 5 earned runs in the 4th inning. It was kind of crazy at that point because Yankee fans were cheering and Mets fans were getting mad. I saw a lot of Mets and Yankee fans yelling at each other. There was at one point, there was 2 outs in the inning, and Mets fans were going like this for 2 outs. And then I believe it was Kyle Higashioka hit a single, And every single Yankee fan in the section was just going, yeah, 2 outs, 2 outs. It's just a lot of like trolling, a lot of back and forth.
Of course.
But yeah, DJ LeMahieu homer in the 4th. Volpe double. Volpe actually had 2 doubles in this game.
Yeah.
One of them was the big one, because the Mets did tie it up. And then Volpe hit a fly ball that Brandon Nimmo should have caught.
Yeah.
Very much should have caught. It was an easy catch. And he just didn't catch it. And Volpe single, and then Donaldson sacrifice fly, and the Yankees went on to win 7-6 to take Game 1 of the Subway Series. Mm-hmm. What do we think of Game 1, Lewis?
So first off, let me just I want to jump to something that I was reading about. Anthony Volpe had switched up his batting stance and his approach at the plate since coming up to the big leagues, which has obviously hindered his progress and his success. I think it's pretty obvious when you look after today. Now after yesterday, he's batting 191 on the season. So what did he do on Monday when the Yankees had an off day? He went back to his home, his family house in New Jersey, and hung out with a few of the guys that he played with in the minor league baseball system of the New York Yankees. And they basically coached him through why he's in a slump, and it's because of him changing up his swing and changing up his stance at the plate. And first game back, 2 for 4, 2 doubles, a ribby. Pretty good. So hopefully that means that Anthony Volpe can kind of turn a corner and continue to progress in the right direction. On the other side...
I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, I hope so. On the other side, really confused as to a couple of things that went on here with the Mets. Obviously, Max Scherzer imploding a little bit was not something that you wanted to see.
No.
Definitely did not want to see defensive errors and defensive misplays like what happened with Brandon Nimmo. I think if I am Buck Showalter going into tonight's game against the New York Yankees, I think, one, you have to take Tommy Pham out of the lineup. I think you have to put in one of the younger guys and change up something strategically with this lineup, because right now, yes, it can produce, but it cannot produce enough to win baseball games with how bad the pitching has been.
I don't think Tommy Pham needs to come out. I agree, get one of the young guys in there, but I don't
Well, I think that Tommy Pham would be the guy to take the fall.
But Tommy Pham's been one of their better hitters this season.
Yeah, but he also went 0 for 5 last night.
Right, but you can't just say, oh, he went 0 for 5 last night, let's take him out of the lineup for good.
I don't think that
I think if you're going to take a guy
else
out, you take out Canna for a game. Because Canna's playing first right now, and you have Vientos, who they don't play Vientos.
Which is just a terrible look.
So, I mean, if I'm a Mets fan, I'm saying keep Pham in, because at least he's been somewhat good this season. And maybe, take out Canna just for a game, and let Vientos start at first against the Yankees.
I think Vientos would be a very, very good piece to have.
Or play Vientos. I've heard Vientos can play second. Why are you having Luis Guillorme play second right now? You know how bad Luis Guillorme is? There's no reason. I agree. I hated what I saw from the Mets last night. I liked what I saw from the Yankees. Obviously coming back from down 5-1. I really enjoyed that. The Mets, man, they had first and second, no out, and then bases loaded with 1 out, and they didn't score because Lindor struck out swinging, and then Marte struck out swinging. And let me tell you, Lindor, the sinker, it was a 97-mile-an-hour sinker right down the middle.
Yeah.
And he struck out. He's batting like 207 this year or something.
213.
Yeah, 213. What's the difference at that point?
Very below average for Francisco Lindor's 708 OPS.
Yeah. And
very bad luck.
And then Starling Marte, the count was 3-2. So you have 3-2, bases loaded, 2 outs. You know he's throwing you a strike. And he strikes out swinging. So, I don't know. It's just such a bad situation for the Mets right now. There's a lot going wrong. It's tough. It's tough. That's at the end of the day, it's tough. And I don't know why they leave Luis Guillorme in there. He was the final batter of the game, 2 outs, bottom 9, and they leave Luis Guillorme in there. I don't know what you're thinking.
This was the highlight matchup. I mean, with no Pete Alonso, with no Aaron Judge, having that Luis Guillorme, Kyle Higashioka face-off has been nothing short of electric.
No,
I can't say with the straight face.
I just don't know what they were thinking. I think a lot.
It's a bonehead play. It's simply put, it's a bonehead play.
Yeah, they had Vientos and Vogelback on the bench at that point. And honestly, I know Vogelback's been bad, but I'd rather have him up than Luis Guillorme with the game on the line.
Agreed.
Same thing with Vientos. I'd rather have Vientos than Guillorme.
Yeah,
I guess. Guillorme's got like a 500 OPS this season.
What defensive moves could they have made? Let's just say they subbed out Guillorme for one of the two on the bench. What was the move? Was it to bring Jeff McNeil into second and then put whoever pinch hit for Guillorme
Tommy
at
Pham
DH?
Tommy Pham to the outfield.
Oh, yeah.
McNeil to second. But they were looking to win the game, too. So
yeah, they were.
There was a way to make it happen. If you're looking
to win the game, why leave Luis Guillorme in when you can put in a bat like Mark Vientos? Vientos, who has proved in the minor leagues, at least, that he is a very good hitter.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyone but Guillorme in that situation, I think would have been a lot more reasonable. Yeah. And Buck Showalter's been getting a lot of hate recently, so we'll see.
Well, it has been a trend throughout Buck Showalter's entire career that when a team releases him or fires him or does not re-sign him, they usually win the World Series that following year. So, let's see what the Mets do. No, I'm serious.
Okay.
They're not the Yankees.
No, I'm not. You don't need to tell me. The Orioles? Did the Orioles win the World Series?
I didn't say every team.
You said you did, I think.
I don't think I said the word every.
I think you did.
I think I just said one team.
Yankees, who else?
Diamondbacks.
Okay.
There is a third one.
I don't know if there's. All right, well, we don't have time. We don't have time to look for that, so just forget it. Yeah, the last thing about this game was Drew Smith got ejected for sticky substances before he even came into the game. He came in to enter, or rather, he entered the game in, I believe it was the top of the 7th, and as he got to the mound, the umpires were checking his hands, and every umpire touched his hands, and they threw him out for sticky substances. After the game, Drew Smith said he had a league official in the tunnel check his hands, and the league official actually laughed and said there's literally nothing there.
Yeah.
So what is going on with these MLB umpires and throwing out guys for sticky substances when we know that it's rosin? It's most likely rosin. Every time we've heard about it, except for that one time with Domingo Germán, it's been rosin. So what do we think is going on? Because umpires need to be educated about what rosin is and how it works. They can't just be like blindly touching the guy's hand and being like, oh yeah, get out of here. Like that can't be a thing.
Yeah.
So what needs to change in order to have these umps understand what is legal and what is illegal? This can be a very long debate, but we'll try to make it a little short here. So just like, what do you think they could do to make umps kind of realize what is okay and what is not okay?
I think it's extremely simple. Show MLB level umpires and anyone who wants to become an MLB level umpire what is classified as legal and what is classified as illegal, and show the difference. Because it's so easy to say, oh, your hand's a little sweaty and tacky, you're out of here. But what it's not easy to do, and usually most MLB umpires don't do this, is think. Be like, okay, well, let's see. We're in the middle of June. It's a little bit hot. It's a little bit muggy out. And this guy just came from the bullpen where you warm up and get ready to throw pitches down into this imaginary box. I wonder if there's anything that might help with the control of the baseball that is completely legal to use that they might have out there behind the pitcher's mound in the bullpen. Rosin. It's rosin and sweat, people. And the fact that time after time now, this is, I believe, the second time a Mets player has been ejected, Matt Scherzer being the first, for sticky substances when I think everyone knows that it's just sweat and rosin, is pathetic. So either I think teaching the umpires exactly what it is and what's legal and what it feels like is extremely important. And if you don't want to do that, hire 30 MLB officials. 30 MLB officials who are not umpires, who work directly for the MLB, who, as every pitcher comes in and out, they do the substance check. And they know exactly what to look for, when these umpires very clearly don't know what to look for.
No, they don't. They're kind of just blindly react.
It's whenever they feel like throwing
Blind
something out.
react.
Yeah.
Blind react.
Blind react.
It's ridiculous. I think, yeah, that could be a good solution. Have MLB officials instead of the umpires, because the umpires, we all know about the ump show. The umpires like to make it about themselves a lot.
The ump
and
show.
I'm not saying they're just they threw Drew Smith out just to throw him out, but when you have a league official who, when he goes into the tunnel, as long as Drew Smith is telling the truth about that, when you have a league official that says, oh yeah, that's not illegal at all, that's there's nothing there, that's embarrassing as for the umpires. And whatever has to change, something does. Something has to change. Because the fact that this keeps happening is ridiculous. So that's all I have to say about it.
The ump show must go on.
I assume Drew Smith is going to get suspended now, no?
Yeah, 10 games.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Very ridiculous.
All right. Well, that's all I got. What else are we looking forward to today? Any last minute things we're looking forward to today?
You and I are attending the second game of Yankees Mets.
We are going to the second Yankee Met
fun.
game. If you see us there, yes.
Say hi.
Tigers, Braves have a doubleheader, like I said.
Gary Sanchez continues to rake with the Padres.
Gary Sanchez has been raking with the Padres. I believe it's 6 home runs in 13 games.
Yeah, something like that.
So that's pretty incredible. Yeah. Obviously, the Athletics are looking to sweep the Rays, which would be insane. Phillies Diamondbacks has been a pretty good series so far. Phillies kind of blew them out last night.
Yeah.
And Mike Clevenger versus Clayton Kershaw tonight. It's always fun when Clayton Kershaw pitches.
Oh, of course.
I'm actually kind of underrated pitching matchup. Yuri Perez versus Luis Castillo. I'm going to be watching that too. So
yeah, that'll be fun.
That's all I got. We thank you guys for watching. If you're still watching, make sure to subscribe and leave a like and comment. Let us know what we should talk about tomorrow or what you think about what we talked about today. And we will see you guys in the next one. A peace. I think the Athletics are really, really cool.